guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna continue working on the little girl mini album using the Stamperia collection, and this is a design team project for JS Hobbies and Crafts, as you know, and I'm gonna have the link to the store and all the supplies on the description box below. So we worked on the cover and the two signatures, so now we're gonna finish up with the last signature. Then we're gonna put it all together and work on the inside covers as well. So let me go ahead and grab my new signature piece. Okay, so I went ahead and cut two pieces of cardstock at 5.5 by 8.25, and we are going to score these two pieces at 1/2 inch along the 5.5 inch side. Okay, so I'm just gonna do 5 inches, which is the same thing. I'm just gonna do that like that, and then we're gonna fold along the score lines, and we are gonna add these onto the base. So we're gonna glue one on the left here, just like that, and then we're going to glue the other one on the other side. Okay, we're just gonna line this up to the side, just like this. Oops. Let's see, let me make sure this is even. I don't think I have it even, but there you go. Okay. All right, so now we have these two pieces that are going to open up like a gatefold, and then for the inside, I'm going to use a piece of 8.5 by 9.75, and I'm going to score this piece along 1/2 inch on the 8.5 inch side. There you go. And we're going to add this here on the page. So I'm going to add this on the bottom of the signature here. So I'm just going to add some glue. Okay, and then we're going to place this on the bottom, and you want to center this a little bit, just like that. Okay, so then I'm going to use a piece of 8.5 by 7.5, and I am also going to score at 1/2 inch along the 8.5 inch side, and this piece is going to go along the top. So I'm just gonna fold along the score line here, and we are going to place this piece on top of the one that we just added. So I'm just going to center this on the page, and I'm just going to add my glue. Okay, so I'm just going to see if I can center this the best I can, and there you go. So that will go right there. So this page is gonna open, and then this whole thing is going to open down, and I like doing this that way we have large areas for pictures. And there you go. So now I'm going to close these two, and I'm going to go ahead and cover this with my design paper, and I'm going to add the other shaker piece here on the center of this page. So before we add that, we are going to need magnets on this page, so I'm just going to use one magnet here before I cover this with paper. There you go. Okay, so now I'm going to add the paper. So we just have one there and one over here. Okay, so now I'm going to add the shaker. I'm only going to add glue on this side here, just like that. And now I'm going to center this, and we're gonna place that right here like so. There you go. And then I'm going to add the magnet that's supposed to go on that side. And I'm going to add this using some tape. Okay, so I'm just going to add the sticky side up, and I'm going to close this. Okay, so now let me see if the magnet can attach here. I don't want to press on the shaker. That's okay. So then we can press them, and there you go. All right, so now I'm going to cover this little section here. Okay, so there you go. And then I'm going to continue adding the paper here in a little bit. But now let's work on the back side. So for this page, I'm going to use one piece of 8.5 by 8 1/4 and one piece of 9 inches by 8 1/4. And the 8 1/4, as you know, is the height of the page. So then we're going to go ahead and score at 1/2 inch, and we're going to score on the 8.5 inch side, and we're going to score on the 9 inch side as well. So we're going to create these two pages, and then we're going to fold these along the score lines, and we're going to start with the 9 inch one, which is the larger one. I'm just gonna fold both. Okay, so we're going to start with the larger one, and we're gonna place this on the left side of the page, just like that. And then I'm going to add the other one right on top here on the same side. So I'm just gonna add my glue. There you go, and just press this down like so. I'm going to use a piece of 9 1/4 by 4 3/4, and I'm going to create a pocket for the other side. So we're going to score this piece at 1/2 inch, and we're going to turn this around and do 1/2 inch on the long side and 1/2 inch again, and we're going to create these pockets. I'm just gonna cut the corners just like that, and then we're going to fold along the score lines, and we're gonna add this to the base page. So let's go ahead and fold this. There you go, and one more right there, and then we're gonna open this up and add the pocket on that other side. So I'm going to add my glue on these little flap pieces here. So there you go. Whoops. And one more. Make sure you get the corners really good, because those are the ones that tend to come out. And now I'm just going to line this up right there, and we're just gonna press down. So now we have the pocket here on the inside, and to keep these two pages closed, I'm going to use the beautiful little girls here, and I'm just gonna add these again using my brads on this section here, which is the pocket. So we're gonna add those bubble girls, I call it bubbles, but you know, the circle cutouts in this page here, and this page measures 4 by 8 inches, so you can add it there. Before we add it though, we're going to add these pretty girls right here. So I'm going to take this out, and then I'm going to make the holes. I'm just gonna put the hole right there like so, and we're gonna put the first brad in there, and then we're gonna close this on the back. I'll just press this down. There you go. And then I'm going to add the other one right here, and let's go ahead and make that other hole right there. Okay, and then I'm going to add this other brad, and now we can go ahead and glue this page here on top of the pocket. Okay, so there you go. We can go ahead and add this here. And there you go. So now we can open this up and we can close these two pages. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this page down. And this page measures 8 by 7 3/4, and that fits right here like so. And this will be a large area for a picture. And then on the inside, I really want to put this little gold piece so it can show from the outside. And then we're gonna come back and add design paper to these pages as well. So for my kids' first communion, I have a lot of large pictures. This is why I'm kind of leaving a lot of large areas open. Then I can add the picture and come back and add my design paper. But that's how this page is going to look like, and I figure up here we can put a beautiful picture there as well. So now we're done with the signatures. Let me bring those over here, and then we can go ahead and add these into the book. I love how this layout turned out. That looks so cute. Or we can use it this way too, either way. Okay, so let's go ahead and add the pages into the book, and then we can work on the inside covers as well. So the first thing we want to do is take off just a little bit of the tape to the side, and then you're gonna find the center of your page. There you go. Make sure you grab the right center. Sometimes I, for example, will grab here instead, and then it's so hard to fix that. Okay, so then let's go ahead and add that in there. And you want to put your page just on top of the tape. Okay, so you want to leave a little bit of space in there so your book can open a little bit flat. And then I'm going to turn that over and remove the tape from the back. And there you go. Then I'm going to do the same here. We are just going to find the center for this page. Okay, and then we're just gonna add that just like so. And notice how we have some pages more flat, like this page is definitely a lot flatter than this one, because here we have the shaker, so you kind of have to balance that out too. Here this one's flat, this one has the shaker, otherwise your album is not gonna close properly and it's not gonna open properly either. And then we're gonna add the last page, and I'm kind of debating if I should put it like this or if I should put it like this. I think I really like it because we have the 3 girls here, and as you know, I have 3 girls, so I think I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to add these aside just like that. And let's see if I can find my center. There you go. And I'm just gonna make sure this is straight, and now I'm going to press down, and then we're gonna turn these to the other side and take off the tape on the back. And there you go. So now we have the pages. Oh, I love how this looks. And let's go ahead and work on the inside covers. I'm actually gonna work on that separate, and then we're gonna glue it. So I'm going to start with a piece of cardstock that measures 8 1/4 by 10 1/4. And then I cut 2 pieces of cardstock, and one measures 10 1/4 by 8 1/4, so these two are actually the same, and this over here measures 7 1/4 by 8 1/4. So these 2 pieces here are going to be scored at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inches. So first 1/2 inch and then 3/4, and same thing for the second piece. So 1/2 inch and 3/4, and we're scoring along 7 1/4 inches. And there you go. So now we're going to fold along the score lines, and that 1/4 inch is going to be a little gusset for the pages inside. So I'm just going to fold that, and I'm going to start with this piece. This one is going to go on the right side. Let's see here. We're just going to add some glue on the 1/2 inch flap, and I'm going to place this on the right. So I'm just going to line this up, and to do so I'm just going to lay this flat for now and press down. Okay, and then let's go ahead and stand up your little 1/4 inch gusset in there. And then we're going to do the same with this other piece. Let's just fold this along the score lines, just like that. And we're going to add glue on the 1/2 inch flap, and we're going to place this one on the other side. Just like that. Okay, so then we have these 2 pieces, and I actually want the smaller to come on top. So I'm going to use 2 pieces of 8 1/4 by 12 inches, and we are going to score these pieces at 1/2 inch and at 6 1/2 inches. Okay, so 1/2 inch and 6 1/2, and then we're going to fold along the score line this way, and we're going to fold the 1/2 inch back. So we're going to have a piece that looks like that, and we're going to do the same on this other one. So we're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 6 1/2. And then again I'm going to fold, and then we're going to fold that 1/2 inch back, and we have the 2 pieces that we need. And then I'm going to bring back the base. I'm going to open this up just like that, and we're going to put these 2 that we just created, one on each side. So then we're going to add some glue and place this one right here. So just make sure that you are not touching the bending line, and there you go. So just press down, and we're gonna do the same on the opposite side. There you go. So then we have like a double accordion fold page in here. So I'm just gonna press this down. So this is gonna open up like this, like that, and then it's gonna open like this and like that as well. And now I'm just gonna use some of my paper. I'm gonna use this design here, and first I'm just going to cover the one on the right. So this piece measures 5 1/4 by 8 inches, and I am going to be using this beautiful girl here, and this is going to be again the closure for this page. So I'm just going to hold these 2 pieces together and do the hole right here on the bottom and use my brads. So it's a really easy technique, and it's just very, very functional. I love doing this. And then you don't have to use that many magnets. I still use magnets, but I just think these girls are so adorable. And I just love the bubbles here. So I'm going to open this one up, and we're going to place that right there, and this is going to keep this section close. Now I'm going to come back and finish up adding my paper knob, but on this side here I want to create more room for pictures. So now I'm going to cover this piece, and I'm going to do the same here. We're gonna use this girl, and she is going to be the closure for this section. So I'm going to just do the little brads right down here this time, just like that. And we're just gonna close these, and then we're gonna glue this whole page down. Okay, so here we go. We're just gonna center this just like that. And then when we close these, we have this pretty girl here holding that page down. And for this page, I'm actually going to be adding the picture of my daughter, and I think I'm going to back her picture on gold, and then I'm going to cover this up also, but I'm gonna do that later. And we are going to now go ahead and add this whole piece right here on the inside cover. Now if you like, you can finish up adding all your papers and then add this piece down. It'll probably be a lot easier, but I'm just gonna do it the way you can see how the album is going to look at the end. So I'm just gonna add quite a lot of glue, and we're just gonna put this right here. So I am using 2 of the paper collections, and I still think I'm going to use some cardstock, just because this collection had a lot of beautiful cut parts, and on the back of the cut parts there are solid pages you can use, but I just didn't want to use that. I'd rather use all these different cut parts, even from both of the collections. So I think I'll be complementing with a little bit of cardstock here as well. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the back cover. Now for the back cover, we have a large gusset here, and my idea is to actually create a little bit of a interactive piece, kind of like a folio on its own. So we are going to work on that. So we are going to start with a piece again of 10 1/4 by 8 1/4, and then we are going to cut 2 pieces of 10 1/4 by 8 1/2, which I have ready here. So we are going to need 2 of those, and we are going to score these pieces at 1/2 inch and 1 inch along the 8 1/2 inch side, and I'm gonna do the same here, 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and then we're gonna fold along the score lines. Let's go ahead and do that, and we're going to add these pieces on the base. So we're gonna start with this one here, and we are going to add some glue and place this along the top. And then we're gonna open that up, and we're gonna place this second one along the bottom. So I'm just gonna fold that, and there you go. Okay, so now we're gonna put this one on the bottom right there, and I'm gonna press this down, and we're going to make sure this is glued really good on both sides, so there's no air bubbles in there. So now I'm going to use a piece of 3 1/2 by 11 1/4, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch on 3 sides to create a pocket. So I'm gonna do a long pocket. This collection has a lot of beautiful cut aparts, and this is why I want to incorporate places where we can add all of those leftover cards that we didn't use. So I'm going to cut the corners just like that, and we are going to fold along the score lines here for this pocket. And I'm going to use this paper here to cover that up. Okay, and before I cover this up, I am going to add this pretty girl here on the side of the pocket, and that's going to be the closure for this back section here. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to poke the hole, and I'm going to add the brads. Okay, so there you go. And we're going to close this section, and then I'm going to glue everything here down on the pocket. Or you can glue the pocket first if you like, but I'm kind of doing it in reverse. Okay, so then I'm going to add this pocket in this page. So I'm going to open the top flap, and I'm going to lay this flat for now, but we're going to add the pocket right here. And I'm just going to add my glue. Okay, and glue here as well. I'm gonna place this one right on the bottom. Make sure you leave your gussets clear. This is gonna stand up like so. Oops. There you go. Okay, so here's the pockets. And then once we stand this up, okay, and then we can close this page. And if your gussets are standing perpendicular, this will fit just like that. So that's gonna be the closure here. And then also I went ahead and cut another piece of paper, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. Okay, so we have this section done. And so now we're gonna work on the inside. So for that, I have two pieces here that measure 8 by 9, and we're going to score along the 9 inches at 1/2 inch and 1 inch. So now we're gonna fold along the score lines on both sides, and same thing for this page, fold along the score lines. And we're gonna add these 2 pages on this base here. So I'm just gonna open everything up, and then we're gonna add 1 on each side. So I'm going to start with this one here. I'm gonna add some glue and add these just right there like so. I'm gonna press down, and then I'm going to add this other one on this other side. And there you go. So make sure that is even. And okay, so now we're gonna close this up, and this is gonna close up. We're gonna add paper here, and adding those 2 side pages just makes this really sturdy. It's like a little folio on its own way. And I'm going to, of course, add a couple more elements here on the inside. So I'm going to use a piece of 8.5 by 6.5, and I'm going to score 1/2 inch along 8.5. And then I'm going to use a second piece. This is going to measure 8 by 7. And I'm going to score at 1/2 inch along the 7 inch side. And we are going to put these 2 pieces together. So I'm going to start with this one here. Let's fold along the score line. And then we're gonna add that on top of the first piece that we cut. And you want the gusset to be, or the flap to be on the top, just as you can see right there. So I'm just lining this up. It's really hard to see with the white and white, but I'm just basically putting this one right on top. So this is gonna open up like that. And then we have this other flap on the top that we're gonna fold down. And we are going to add this piece right here. I'm going to add it on the left side of the center. So I'm just gonna add some glue and just place that right there. Always make sure that you are not placing this on top of any bending lines. And there you go. So then we're gonna open this like that, and then this is also going to open up. So then I'm going to open this side, and I'm going to cut two pieces. Let me just open this up so it doesn't get ruined. And I have a piece that measures 6.5 by 9 inches, and I'm going to score this piece at 1/2 inch on 3 sides, and this is going to be a large pocket. And then I have another piece that measures 6.5 by 8 inches, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. So I went ahead and cut the corner since this is going to be a pocket, and now I'm just going to fold along the sides, just like this. And we're going to add this pocket on the left side, or the right side, sorry, on the right side here. So I'm just gonna add some glue, and there you go. And I'm just adding different elements just for fun. I mean, you can definitely stop at any point, but I have a lot of pictures, so I definitely want to include lots and lots of areas for pictures on this book. So I'm just going to add this pocket, and it's really important, I think, to have pockets on this type of book, because I have, like, you know, like the invitations and the papers from the church and all that stuff. So on the second piece, I'm just gonna fold along the score line. So I'm going to add this one now. Just gonna add some glue, and we're gonna place this right on top of the pocket, just like so. I'm just trying to line this up, and then we can press down, and there you go. Okay, so now we have this opening, we have these pockets, we have this page that opens like this, and it opens like that as well. And of course I want to use this beautiful girl, so I think I'm gonna use her on this side here. So we're gonna do the little opening on there. So I'm going to cover this little area with some paper, and I think this should be good. I just want a little piece of paper to cover that for now. I'm gonna place this right on top, and then I'm going to make the brads come from this side, and there you go. And then we're just going to close that, and we're gonna add this whole piece. I'm gonna add this on the inside of the pocket. Let's see, there you go. Oops, make sure you stay away from your gussets, your gusset lines. And that's gonna go right there. And then I can spin this out, and she can come right here on top here on this page, and then we have the pocket. So cute. I love this little girl. We are done with this section for now, and I'm just gonna close everything up. I'm going to actually finish a couple more pages, adding my beautiful paper. I'm going to add this one right here. Okay, so now I'm going to add this lace right here on the top, and I think that's gonna look so cute. Just gonna put that right there, and then I'm going to use this other piece here, and there you go. So then I'm going to finish up with the insides later on, and we're just gonna close this piece, and we are ready to add this section into our book. So I'm just gonna open up the last page here, and we are going to glue this down here, and there you go, we're done. This is the last step. Well, of course you still have to add your pictures which usually takes me the longest, you know, to crop the pictures and cut them and decide which one goes where. And that's when I have the pictures. Now if you still have to print your pictures, it's another story, right? It's like picking which ones to print and all that good fun stuff. But anyways, I'm just gonna open these up all the way. That way I can go ahead and press here. So this is glued really good, and I really can't wait to see all of these done with pictures and all. And there you go, done. Okay, so the inserts are going to be 8 by 10, and let me just show you how the 8 by 10 will fit. You will have a little edge here if you want to do a paper punch border. So I will be back with the final walkthrough of the book, as I always do. And don't forget to check out the store. All the supplies will be listed on the description box below, and also the link will be there as well. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook or Instagram. If you do try the project, please do tag me. I love to see your complete books. It always makes me happy to see how you follow the tutorial and you tried it as well, and hopefully had fun on the process. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.